Hey guys, so we're back working on our resume skills checklist and resume building packet. So last time you filled out this checklist. So here was my example, right? And we just kind of marked off what are some skills that we have here or that we're developing. And you might have made some notes down here about these skills, things you need to work on or other skills you have that were related. On the back side, you kept going, so there were some more skills on the back side. The next page I had you skip last time. The next page that's in there was your action words for your resume. So these were actions that you're capable of or actions that you can do. So you marked off any actions that you felt you were capable of. You might have even added some of your own in the extra spaces provided. This was an example resume. We didn't look at that last time. We skipped over that. And then this sheet here is where we left off. So let's take a look at this one here together. Today, what I want you to do is work on the statements about me page at the end of this packet. And I want you to take your time with this because this needs to be really carefully thought out. This needs to sound professional and this needs to sound educated. So you're probably going to need to write and rewrite these a few times and then get me or another teacher to look at it and help you make sure that it is professional and educated. So what this sheet is doing, you can see the directions here. It says complete the statements by writing the first response that comes to mind. So we're going to write the first response that comes to mind, and then we're going to kind of critique our work, and that's why we're going to make it sound more professional. That's why these are kind of spaced out, so we have some extra space to do that in. So the first one says, my friends say that I... So you would write down something here that your friends might say about you. So maybe your friends would say that I always have an organized backpack. Maybe you're the friend in your group, you're always organized, your backpack always looks nice and neat. Okay? Second one says, I sometimes wish I feel best when one way I relax is, so you can kind of see as you work down the list, we're just looking at all these different traits or characteristics or things that you have going on, okay? But here's what I want you to do. In a second, we're going to pause this and you're going to fill these out. And then you're going to go back and make them sound more professional. So this first pause that I'm going to do here, I want you to just fill them out, again, like the directions say, with the first response that comes to mind. So when I read the first one, my friends say that I wrote, always have an organized backpack because that was the first thing that comes to mind. When I was in high school, my friends would always comment on how organized I had all my things, okay? So go ahead and pause the video and fill those out with your first thoughts. Okay, now that you're done with your first thoughts, what I want you to do is go back and reword these so they sound more professional. So what I mean is, if we look at the first one again, my friends say that I always have an organized backpack. That's probably not something you would tell an employer at a job interview, not because it's not a good skill, but just because they don't care. You're not going to have a backpack at work, right? You might have a bag or something that you bring in with you, but you're probably not going to carry a backpack, and they're probably not going to be looking in it the way maybe your teachers in high school do now or the way your friends do. So in other words, the skill that you have here that's really important is that you're organized. You keep your materials organized. So underneath here, I'm going to write a statement that sounds more professional, that sounds like a life skill I would need in the professional world. So I'm going to say, I keep my materials organized and neat. So we're just going to kind of take that idea of having an organized backpack and we're going to turn it into a statement that would apply to a job setting. I have my materials organized and neat. That's something that an employer would want to know. Are you neat? Are you organized? Do you keep your materials together, right? Especially if it's an employer that's giving you materials, that's their property. They want to make sure it's organized and neat. And that's a way that you could let them know. So now on this next pause, I want you to go down the list and rewrite all of your statements by doing this first. So find the skill or the idea or the item, the thing, the action that's really important. So in this statement, it was about being organized. And then take it and rewrite it into a statement that you would want to tell employers about the workplace. Okay, that should probably take you a while because you need to identify the skill or the item first. I just put parentheses around mine, okay? And then you need to rewrite it underneath in a professional sentence. So go ahead and pause and do that for the whole entire page now. Okay, so now that you've filled out the whole entire page and you've turned them into professional statements, I want you to bring this up to me or whoever, another teacher aide who's available in class right now, and go over this with them. Make sure that these professional statements are actually professional statements. So go ahead, stop the video here. That's it for today's video. Find me or another aide, another teacher that could help you go over these statements and make sure they sound professional, and then file this back in your class portfolio. And I'll see you guys soon.